Hi everybody, welcome to the weekend. It's Stacy. Thanks for stopping by. I wanted to talk today about something completely different, the Barbie movie. I think by now anybody who's wanted to see it has seen it, so I'm going to assume you've seen it if you want to. So because there will be some spoilers in here that I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it yet. So if you haven't and you want to, then maybe you save this video for another time. But I have always loved Barbie. I played with Barbies and had absolutely everything to do with Barbies. And I'm wearing my Barbie top today, nice and pink and sparkly. Back in the day. So I always loved Barbies. And then I grew up a little bit in my 20s and a little bit, but not much. Grew up a little bit in my teens and 20s. But then in my late 20s, I think, I discovered Barbie collector dolls. And that was like it for me. So I have one. That's my first one right there. The Vera Wang 1997 doll. That was my first Barbie collector doll. So isn't she gorgeous? So pretty. Love her. And then just had a love affair with the fun of collecting the ones you don't want to take out of the box, but I still took them out. I took most of them out of the box because what's the point keeping them in a box? So it just, some of them are in the box, but it doesn't matter. So I've always loved Barbie, still do. Think she's great. So I was very excited to see this movie, and it's interesting because everybody's got an opinion about it, which is great, right? And before I saw the movie, I watched a couple of clips of people who are paid to have an opinion online, right? One of them is Candace Owens, who I really like. I respect her. I think she's ballsy for speaking her truth out in a world where it isn't always welcome. So I do like her. And I watched her clip on the movie, and she was very down on it, and that's Rosie, by the way. It's my cat right there going to check out the doll. Anyway, she was very down on the movie, but what was interesting was it was because of a yet another person removed's review. So she was taking a review from I don't even know where about it, and said that she was not going to be seeing the Barbie movie because of this other person's review. She didn't want to spend her money on it, which I totally understand. But then in the same respect, I feel like she is using someone else's opinion to color her own view of what the movie might be, right? And I did the same thing because I watched Candace's review, and then I went into the movie expecting some certain plot lines that she mentioned happened, and they never happened. So she was actually reporting on something that was incorrect from another person's opinion. I mean, it's just crazy. It was like 3 times removed. It's like, right? And so it was a good lesson for me about taking everything that others say as just a snippet of your life experience, because if we let those people, even those that we admire, color our opinions and even form our behaviors, it's just very interesting. It was a good lesson for me, and it's in a very simple little example of going to see a movie, but it just made me think that, okay, I'm letting this other person's opinion or view or what have you color how I'm going to now see something that I was looking forward to, right? So I was definitely looking forward to. So anyway, so there's that piece of it. And I have to say that, sure, there are digs to men in there, and there are also digs to women. There's digs to everybody, and digs to the patriarchy, and all of these terms and concepts that have been just thrown in our face for the last years and forever. So, yes, all of that is in there in that movie, but it's also just a part of it. There's so much more to it, and I did enjoy it. I thought it was really well done. I thought everybody who had their respective roles played them beautifully. The cast was amazing, all of them, even down to the actor who played Alan. I mean, they were all really, really great. And it was, even though it was very deep, it was deep. It was also lighthearted. It was both. It was colorful and lively, and the music was great, and it sparkled, and yet it was really a story about Barbie finding herself, her voice, her humanity, because she's not, she's fake in the beginning, and she goes on a journey of self-discovery. I mean, that's basically what the story was. And it hit me in the heart. It really did. It hit me in the heart, and especially from the mother perspective. We can look at anything in our world, including this movie, from any vantage point. That is what being human is all about. We can look at it from the perspective of feminism. We can look at the perspective from wokeness. We can look at all of these different perspectives that people are ranting about online about this movie. And you totally can look at it from those perspectives. I chose to look at it from a higher perspective, and a completely different perspective being the mother perspective. Being a mother completely changed my life and my view of the world and of men, and because I had a boy, and cracked open my heart in a way that nothing else could have ever done. And so when I see a movie like this, and it has such a strong plot line of mothers, one being America Ferrera, who is the mom in this movie, who is sad because her daughter is growing up and their relationship is changing, and during adolescence and the teen years, and that is such a deep, heart-wrenching but beautiful time and topic. And so that was one that really just was so truthful and hit me right in the heart. So there was that whole storyline that no one, I don't think, is talking about, but it was so deep and beautiful and wonderful, and I just want to highlight that. And the second was Rhea Perlman plays Ruth, the woman who created Barbie, and so she has a small role in that as well. And I loved every word she said in this about creating it for her own daughter. And the line that got me was, she says that mothers stand still so their daughters can look back and see how far they've come. And I well up. I just kept it together right then, which is amazing. But I well up because it is so true and so deep, and a mother's love is indescribable. And that is the perspective, and that is the takeaway, and that is what touched me most from this movie. So are all of those other things in there? Absolutely, they are, and people can fight about them and debate them, and it can go on, and that's completely fine. It's human prerogative to do that. But I also think that You can look at it from a completely different perspective, one of love, one of a mother's love, in two areas of this film, and see the deeper magic and sparkle and beauty that comes from that relationship and that bond. So that is my takeaway from this movie. So I just wanted to put this out into the universe because it's important. It's important to share the love and the mother's love and the mother perspective. It's a very important voice that we don't honor enough. So lots of love and sparkle to all the mothers out there who are doing your best and loving your kids and giving them absolutely everything and standing still so that they can look back and see how far they've come. So I wish you all a wonderful weekend. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it. It's wonderful. It'll put a little sparkle in your heart. So happy Saturday, everyone. Lots of love, and I will be back soon. Take care.